Welcome. Welcome to a session that is all about your inner river. It is a sound bath session underpinned by anatomical references. You don't need to know these places in the body that will be referred to. You just need to hug them and love them and appreciate them. Enjoy the wonderment of this experience. To ease yourself into a very relaxing position. Make sure your feet are comfortable. Make sure your hands and arms are very comfortable. Adjust your eye mask if you need to. And just allow. So tonight's session, with your permission, will enable your entire central nervous system to recalibrate and reset. It will reset in a way that is beautifully integrated, because it will be done with the frequency of love and appreciation. This has probably never been experienced by you before. So this will be a groundbreaking experience for you in such a good way. So as you relax, I want you to feel the sheer bliss of knowing that nothing is going to be required of you. You are receiving, you're connecting, you will be harmonizing. There's no performance, there just is. There's no becoming, there just is in this now moment. So gently you can start to feel a softening. And what is blended beautifully with this softening is a sense that your body is being held lovingly, nurtured, supported by the earth beneath you. You are terrestrially grounded. You're safe. The tension in your jaw can now begin to loosen. Your tongue automatically softens when the jaw loosens. your shoulders gently drop and your hands unclench. You begin to breathe in gently. You notice that you're taking a slower breath in. And a gentle breath out. You just naturally allow this to be. Breathing in, breathing out. And as you do, you become softer and softer. Your mind is in control of this. Your central nervous system has stopped and it is taking notice. It is listening to this new slowness, feeling this new softness. As you take control of your central nervous system with your mind, with your consciousness, your central nervous system will be able to relinquish, to reset, to realign, and to rejuvenate. Your central nervous system is now realizing that you are safe. It is also recognizing a new rhythm. And this rhythm will be created as we move slowly right throughout the inner river of your body, the energetic, neurological, and spiritual river within your body. As we now consciously settle our breath, we've been allowing our breath to arrive naturally. And nothing has been forced. And that continues. And now you find you are simply noticing the beautiful new natural rhythm of your breath. And you realize that you're inhaling softly and then you're exhaling softly as well. And with this exhale, you are communicating directly to your central nervous system. This breath signature and this breath rhythm is telegraphing that you are now safe. You may soften and you may rest.
Feel your breath is moving like water. Feels like a beautiful slow tide. It's arriving and receding, and the body is remembering, deeply remembering how it can let go, because your conscious mind that is connecting body, mind, and spirit is now gently guiding the experience of this inner river flow. And as we now very gently enter our brain, and from our brain, our conscious brain, we're going to just enter the space of consciousness within our mind. And become aware in an integrated way of our body and our mind. And feel that we're now at the very center of our heads. Deep behind our eyes, we're quietly entering the inner temple of our mind. We've arrived at the pineal, this master gland, the connection to the greater cosmic, the correction to the divine. This is the tiny star of light. You may sigh. This is the place of first resting, of magnificent connection. Appreciation. Now we become aware that we've arrived at the pituitary. In the pituitary we feel a soft balancing. All of our hormones are settling. All of our innate optimal rhythms are now returning. We are in appreciation. Now we're arriving at the thalamus. The thalamus is the gateway to sensation. This is where sound moves through the central nervous system and is therefore highly attuned to this beautiful sound bath experience. We are in appreciation. We've arrived at the hypothalamus. This miraculous master control center regulates our temperature, our breath, our hunger, and our magnificent restorative sleep patterns. And this ancient regulator is now, for the first time, probably in your lifetime, knowing that it can soften. We are in appreciation. Now we're arriving at the limbic brain. This ancient regulator controls our emotional waters. It's most appropriate that our inner river is now washing, calming and soothing the emotional waters associated with our limbic. We're feeling no resistance. We're just observing. We're in appreciation. Now we're arriving at the amygdala. This is the place of vigilance. This is a place that learned to protect you. And for some people, it is never shut down. But you now know you are safe. Your central nervous system knows, feels, and is totally aware that you are safe. This place that learned to protect you is finally being given the opportunity to soften. It softens because it knows it is safe. Knows the being is safe. Its connected systems and master control responsibilities are all safe. We're in appreciation. Now we arrive at the hippocampus. Hippocampus is holding on to so many memories, so many things that we felt that we shouldn't have done, we could have done better, things that hold and harbour regrets and traumas. These old stories. But all of these are loosening as distant memories. As they loosen from our hippocampus, they're just drifting away. As the hippocampus softens, control of all the memories that do not serve you is completely relinquished. You're feeling completely rejuvenated. We're in appreciation. And Now we've arrived at the corpus callosum, a remarkable band of connective tissue, a super connective highway between the right and left hemispheres of our brains, which then provides access to our minds. We now wish to be an integrated being, so that information flows through it freely through our corpus callosum. The skills that reside in one area of the brain and are filtered through on demand to our conscious knowing. There are no impedances, no biases, no defaults. Your beautiful mind is now fully and thoroughly and smoothly in flow with its corpus callosum, so that all information can be accessible to you, the conscious being, all skills, all knowledge, all creative or innovation or problem solving. It all comes into harmony. It all becomes quieter. And we're in appreciation. We now arrive at the midbrain. At the midbrain, this remarkable stillness is deepening. We can feel the interconnection. We can feel the beginning of recalibration, that deep allowance. And we're in appreciation. And now we arrive at the palms. And here our breath is flowing naturally. Our body's rhythms are naturally aligning. Our body's innate intelligence is coordinating this new magnificent rhythm. And we're in appreciation. We now move to the medulla. We arrive realizing that we are now experiencing life breathing. There's nothing to control. There is nothing to hold. It is all happening effortlessly and in divine coordination and alignment. We're in appreciation. And now we begin a gentle descent through the spine. And we become aware that we're drifting downward toward the neck, towards the cervical spine, to the C1, the atlas. The atlas that has been supporting the world above, the entirety of the mind and of the heavy structure of the brain. The metaphorical load emotional, energetic, and spiritual is being carried, supported by this magnificent vertebrae, the Atlas, the C1. This is now softening. And we're in appreciation. Now we arrive at our C2, our axis. This allows all movement. And for the first time ever, we're releasing effort. We're connecting to this miraculous inner river that enables flow and alignment. And so this magnificent releasing of effort impacts your C3, C4, and C5. You might sigh, be in appreciation. And we have now arrived at the throat opening, at the throat chakra. And as we become aware of the connection from the C5 through to the opening of the throat, we are now feeling our neck unwinding, releasing. Coming into magnificent alignment, and we're in appreciation. We've now arrived at our vagus nerve. This is the longest nerve in our body and the most important. It flows downward throughout the body. As this inner river is being gently touched and lovingly supported and caressed by its vagus nerve, has begun the process of calming your heart. And the first step to softening all of your organs. The vagus nerve is the master controller. As it gives this impulse, this direction, the rest of the body that feels the impact of the caressing vagus nerve is all beginning to soften, and every part of the body is inviting the caress of this healing vagus nerve as it operates as an inner river within your inner river. And we're in appreciation. You gently feel your shoulders are melting. Your upper arms feel heavy, but your forearms feel soft. Your hands feel warm, and your fingers are resting effortlessly. And we are in appreciation. Descending further now to the thoracic spine, the T1, the T2, and the T3. And you can feel your ribs softening beautifully. And as your ribs soften, you can feel your breath is widening. You feel that gentle rhythm. You feel the gentle benefit of the flow, of the contact of the vagus nerve. You feel the miraculousness of your breath signature throughout your body, creating the rhythm, creating the flow. As this continues, as we drift down at T4, T5, and T6, we are in appreciation. As we arrive at our T6, our heart space gently opens. This magnificent toroidal flow of energy is now moving optimally. It moves in a toroidal shape around the entirety of our body, generated from our crown chakra, expanding as it follows our biofield, regrouping at the soles of our feet and gently recycling. It is now so expanded that many of our heart fields are interconnected within this room. This feels wonderfully warm. This feels in flow. There's no force, there's only space. We are in appreciation. We continue to gently slide down our T7, T8, T9, and as we do, we arrive at our solar plexus, and we feel it gently unwinding. As it unwinds, it releases control. Releases its master vigilance. It releases its tight hold. It just is. And this beautiful softening continues down our T10, our T11, and our T12. And we are in appreciation. So now that we've arrived at our T12, we now begin the process of softening all of our major inner organs, and in particular our enteric nervous system, everything connected with the belly, deep within the belly, there is an intelligence. It is this intelligence that is now completely soothed and connected through this inner river to all of the other systems of the body. Our deep enteric nervous system is becoming calm, relaxed, beautifully integrated, and we are in appreciation. We now move into our lumbar area. We become aware that we're drifting lower into our lumbar spine, into our L1, our L2, our L3, our L4, and our L5. We can feel the entire part of our lower back is now softening. This weight-bearing part of our spine is beautifully softening. Our sinus is releasing. Ancient tension is unwinding slowly, slowly, slowly. The first time in your life, you're without lumbar tension of any kind. And we're in appreciation. And you now feel that your pelvis feels heavy. But then you know you are immediately supported. You are held by the earth, this magnificent planetary structure. So your pelvis is completely supported. There is nothing that you need to carry. There's nothing that you need to defend. Your pelvis can now relax. You can feel your entire nervous system is gently harmonizing, is quietening, is settling. It is like silt falling through still water. Cleansing. And we are in appreciation. So now we're traveling gently down to the sacral. Sacrum, which is the ancient root of the whole spinal column. contains the sacral nerves. We've arrived and we're in high appreciation of our S1, our S2, our S3, our S4, and our S5. This is the ancient root of our spine. So now our body is creating a brand new memory. This is the memory of alignment. This is the memory of safety. This is the memory of your inner river in magnificent and harmonic flow. Your central channel is now quiet. Information moves effortlessly from brain to spine, from spine to pelvis, pelvis to amygdala, to atlas, to our solar plexus. The flow is magnificent in its effortlessness. You are one continuous, harmonious river of awareness. From your pineal light to your sacral earth, and your whole system is now resting and beginning the process of resetting. There is nothing for you to do. You simply rest. You simply allow. You simply appreciate. Feeling your inner river flowing so smoothly, so effortlessly. You gently begin to return to slowly feeling your body again. You recognize the weight of your hands and your feet and your breath. You might like some little movements of your fingers, of your toes. Your shoulders, your arms, even of your jaw. And as you do, remember the softness of this flow. You now have a restored memory of how magnificent it is when you're in a river. It flows effortlessly and your whole central nervous system is realigned. You will carry this softness with you, and your nervous system will remember. Your body will remember. Your mind will remember. You are beautifully aligned of body, mind, and soul. Your soul, your spirit, your ethereal self, connected to the cosmic, the astral, the positive astral, and all there is. And even when you open your eyes, your inner river will remain. And gently remove your eye mask. And when you're ready, only when you're ready, gently open your eyes. And only when you're ready, gently move yourself into a more upright sitting position. And be in high appreciation. And so it is.